Welcome to Purple Frequency, more than a podcast, a higher frequency conversation, a space for real stories and real emotions, where good energy, inspiration and meaningful conversations flow from heart to heart. Because behind every strong person there is always a strong story. Today we welcome a powerful businesswoman, a strong mother and a strong leader, a woman who built her path with strength, resilience, passion and determination in an industry surrounded mostly by men. Today we go beyond the title and discover the woman behind the success, from heart to heart. Welcome to Purple Frequency, Raffaella Mauro. It's an honor having you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I would like to start the first question with a question that gives the name to this podcast. In which frequency are you living currently?
I think I live in quite a medium frequency, and I would love to be able to get to a high frequency.
Tell us about your journey and the woman behind the success.
Well, the journey comes from being an immigrant in this country. Has obviously given me some of the strength that I have, because for everything I've gained, I've had to fight for. Not just being a woman, but also being a foreign woman.
When you first started 25, 30, 31 years ago?
31 years ago.
What was it like being a woman in this industry?
Very difficult. I found myself climbing the ladder, and the more you climb the ladder, the more men were at the top. So I found myself sitting at tables, at executive tables, where I was the only woman in the room.
Isn't that scary?
It is, but luckily I keep my fear internal, not external.
Did you ever felt you needed to shout to be heard?
I needed to prove myself, not much the shouting, but there was always, I had to prove more than the men had to prove.
What do often people misunderstand about a lady in a leadership position?
That we're weak. That we're weak and we have too much of a mothering, nurturing aspect which doesn't fit in business world.
Who is Raffaella Mauro when no one is watching?
I'm actually quite reserved. I'm soft. I'm not the hard person that people think I am. I'm quite an emotional person, but these are all things that people don't see in my work environment.
Are you just a controlling person, or you like things very highly organized?
I like things my way, and I always say to people, especially my home and my work environment, my way is always the right way until you show me a better way.
Was there ever a moment that you almost gave up?
Oh, all the time. I think people think that where I've got to in my career with no formal education, there's been lots of times where I've wanted to just give up and go and find an easier job to do. But my children have kept me pushing through life, because they were my priority, so I was fighting for them.
What has been one of the most hardest moments in your career?
When you try so hard and it doesn't give you the result that you want, being told that you're not good enough. I've had a few of those, so for me it's not just one. There's been a lot of instances in my life where sometimes people just make you feel that you're not good enough, and that's a difficult place to be and come back out of.
Is that the daily struggling?
Not anymore. I think as you get older you get wiser. I think life is a lot more simple now than it was. I think we're brought up to believe life is hard, but I think actually living life is simple. We complicate it.
Have you ever felt lonely while carrying so much responsibility?
Every single day. We are lonely. The responsibility is mine. I carry it on my shoulders. I can't share that with anybody. So, yeah, it's for me. It's a daily weight that I carry.
Did working mostly around men, surrounded by men, shaped you
Oh yeah,
in your currently leadership?
absolutely. I think looking back on it now, even though it was hard and it was always a daily struggle to have to prove yourself, I wouldn't change a thing of the experiences I've had being in a room with men, because it taught me to read how they think and how they act. So I am more prepared. You know, I've learnt to mold myself into situations, whether it be with men, with women. But yes, I think having that exposure to an all-male environment at a senior level has shaped me into who I am today.
Have you felt pressure to hide your soft side?
Yeah, it doesn't work in a room full of men. Although I would probably like to say that I think men have more of a softer side than women do when they allow you to see it. When they're on one-to-one, men are very different to when they're in a group.
Have you felt supported by the woman in the room?
No, because actually when there's a woman in the room, there's competition at who gets the attention more. So actually I prefer it to be just myself as a woman in the room.
Which strength have you kept carrying all these years?
Fight. Yeah. It's been a fight. It's been a battle. It's almost like you get to a wall and you have to punch through it to get to the next layer. And that's how I see my progression in that senior room.
What taught you the biggest lesson? Self-doubt, pressure, betrayal?
The biggest lesson is betrayal. I think the biggest disappointment, I suppose, that's taught me more is having an expectation of people and then they let you down. So now, today, I look at life as I have no expectations, and I expect that people have no expectations of me either, because we will fail, we will disappoint. So if your expectations are on the ground, if anybody does anything different to that, then you're pleasantly surprised.
Do you think success changes people or reveals who they truly are?
I think success reveals people who they truly are, because you can either remain true to yourself or you can become aggressive with success. I'd like to think I've remained true to myself.
It's easy to work with a humble person willing to learn, or with a Mr. Know-it-all?
Obviously, a humble person will allow you to teach them. A know-it-all, you almost have to keep them on a very tight course to get your point across, because they will always think they know more than you. And sometimes with those people, what you have to do is let them just crash and burn.
Now, who is Raffaella as a mum?
Oh gosh. I haven't got a motherly instinct. I've built it over the years. But I'd like to think I'm a very protective mum. I don't know. Probably that's one for my children to answer. It's a difficult one.
How difficult it was balancing motherhood and leadership?
Oh, it was the hardest years of my life. Especially being on my own, it wasn't just the work. I was playing mother and father to all my children. And it was a difficult time. It was a difficult time to push through my career to give them a better life, but it's to also be at home enough for them, for their needs.
Can a strong woman also break down and cry?
Absolutely. I do it all the time. I think I've done it today.
What keeps you emotionally grounded when life becomes too much?
My children. My children are the centre of my universe.
What kind of energy you try to bring into your home? So when you finish work and you are just
calm.
you and your kids, what is Raffaella frequency and energy you bring home?
Calm and happiness. I leave work as soon as I get in the car. Work doesn't exist for me anymore.
At home, are you still the director of everything?
I'm the director of my house, but no, I'd like to think I'm a little bit more mellow.
Coffee at 9 o'clock, or no one can talk to you before?
Nobody can talk to me before I have a coffee, hence why I have it at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm ready. Coffee is my weakness. So without a coffee, if you want to talk to me and you want a positive response, come to me with a coffee.
How you started in this industry? And we are talking about 31 years ago.
Yeah.
So going back to 31 years ago, who was Raffaella Mauro?
So I just had my second child, and I've always, from a very, very young age, I was always very independent. And the fact of being at home and asking my husband for money to buy personal things, it just didn't sit with me very well. So I decided to get a part-time job as a supervisor in this big company, and it was only supposed to be a part-time job. I think after the second or third week I was in, and I'd organised a few things, and one of the regional managers came in and said, would you like to work for me in the main office? And from there, really, I can probably say that every 2 years from that moment, I had a career change. I've done every kind of job you can possibly think of back of house. I then went into client contracts and managed a very prestigious portfolio in London. And from there, I sometimes think things are fate, but I've also worked very hard to get into those positions. Been there at the right time, at the right place, and I've had opportunities just come knocking on my door. I think in 31 years, I've only interviewed for one job out of all the jobs that I've had with the company. They've been given to me. I'd like to think it's because I knew what I was doing. Some of it has been scary. You know, when you make a jump from one level to another, you always think you're never good enough. But I'm here, and you know, I'm 2 positions away from a CEO right now with no formal education. So when people say to me, you need a diploma, you need a degree, I say no. All you need is the want to do something and the will to push through, and you will achieve what you want.
Daily you deal with a lot of managers from different backgrounds and nationalities. How challenging is that, Raffaella?
Very.
Is a one-way approach or one size fits all?
No, I think probably in the last few years, I've learnt that rather than trying to get my point across, I try to understand the person I am talking to. I've also realised that sometimes it's easier for me to mould to the person than for the person to mould to me. Doesn't mean I don't achieve what I want, I just have to go a long way to do it. But what that does is it gives me the peace I need to be in this stressful environment. Because otherwise, if my true character was to come out, I'd be arguing with everybody all the time. So I've decided I don't want to argue anymore. And I think what we forget is sometimes we want people to do everything, but people may be good at some things and not at others. So what I choose to do is use the skills that people have to my benefit. And what I try and do is teach them the skills where they lack. That's been my success.
Like any one of us, in our workplaces, we always have that one person they don't like us. How you deal with people they are daily struggling in your workplace?
Look, I give everybody the opportunity to come and talk to me, to explain. Sometimes by finding out a little bit about their home life, it helps you understand what's going on in their life. Some people are open, some people are closed. When the person is closed, then I have to just give them clear instructions of what I need. Some people want help, some people don't.
Being respected or feared?
Respected. I don't want to be feared. Fear for me, I felt fear when I was growing up with my parents. I don't want anybody to feel that. It's not a nice place to be.
As a director, if you could describe a good director in 3 words, the key words for a good director will be?
I don't think I can describe it in 3 words, but what I will say, for me, I want to feel part of the team. I have a saying, I never use my title. Nobody needs to know I'm a director. I want people to respect my experience and my knowledge, but also to challenge me as well. Because I'm not always right, the majority of the time, but I'm not always right. But I think for me, a leader needs to listen as well as be a leader. They need to lead by example.
How you deal with ungrateful people in the workplace?
That's a difficult one, because as a director I need to also be careful. Sometimes when people are ungrateful, I think from a spiritual point of view, I think the universe and God takes care of that. I don't need to do that.
Tell us your secret when you are overwhelmed. Do you have like a magic potion? You count until 5? What do you do when you have a pretty big much challenge in front of you and you need to sort it without losing yourself as a director?
I go away and I sit by myself and I have to make a decision. And I've had a few situations where I've had to make some big decisions. I think for me it's not about how I deal with it. It's taking and owning whatever decision you're going to make. You have to own it, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. So you can have many challenges in your life, but once you make a decision, you have to own it. And if you own it, it doesn't become a reoccurring problem. You can just say, I made that decision, it was the right decision in the moment, and just let it go. Yeah? And if you've made the wrong decision, you then have to make another decision to correct that one. And that's all it is for me. So yeah, I've had some scary moments where I've made decisions and I've thought, oh, this could go really, really wrong. And sometimes it has. but I've also had the capacity to, and the ability with my team around me, to be able to rectify that.
In those moments where everything goes wrong, how you reborn yourself, how you come back to the surface?
Previously, it was difficult because I would go into a dark hole, and I'm not good enough, I can't do this anymore. All of those negative thoughts of, oh my God, nobody's going to believe in me anymore. But now I think it was my decision, whatever the situation may be, I just say that was yesterday. Today's a different day. I just need to think about it in a different way. And what helps me is actually taking myself out of the situation. I actually step back. I've learnt how to take myself out and look at myself as a third person.
Is the silence a best friend?
Yes, for me it is.
Gives you all the answers you need.
It gives me too many answers because my brain is overactive. But sometimes I need that to just disseminate everything I have in my brain.
How important is your inner peace, your spirituality in your life?
Now, very important. I think when people realise that life is simple, and actually it's better not to argue and to be calm. You want that all the time. And I'm 57, and I will give you this thought. I've lived more than I have left to live. So why would I want to be angry?
Beautiful thought. Do you have a ritual? Do you have a practice you do daily to shield yourself against bad energy, or just to, take care of your own well-being? Because you work in such a busy environment, and decisions every day, surrounded with such different personalities and people. How you shield yourself, how you protect yourself to keep on a highest frequency every day?
I'm always grateful. I'm grateful for everything I have. I think I don't actually have a ritual as such. I think my only ritual is I make my bed every morning. I never used to. But I find that actually, although it may sound very silly, but the fact that I get out of bed and I make my bed and that is sorted, that for me is a ritual. I can't leave the house without making my bed. That makes me feel good. But my ritual is nothing. My ritual is just being grateful every day. And I go into work thinking today's another day. I'm sure I'm going to be presented with other challenges, other frustrations, maybe happy moments. But yeah, it's just, I think everybody has something different. But my space, my journey from home to work, and the music I listen to, that helps me get prepared for the day.
So when everything is heavy around you, it's through the music as well that you connect with yourself?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure people will say there's certain music that takes me back to certain periods in my life. So it depends what's happened as to what type of music I listen to.
Do you believe that the energy that we carry influences the people we attract in our life and
Absolutely.
Opportunities?
Yeah, I do. I'll give you an example. On numerous occasions, I think I saw a YouTube thing a long time ago, where you can actually transmit your energy through to other people by touching them. And funny enough, you asked me a question earlier around, how do you deal with difficult people? I touch them. And I discreetly put my arm on their shoulder, or I touch their hand, and I just feel, before I do, I always say, I need you to be calm. And that's worked for me, and that I do absolutely believe in that. So through touch, I move my energy to them, and I've seen people change from like aggressive to coming down to my level.
Do you like deal with people every day?
Not every day. I love people, but not every day. I'm not in that everyday frequency. Sometimes I just want to be left alone. And not because I want to be left alone, I just need
to recharge yourself.
Yeah, I find people drain me a lot. They drain my energy.
What does the silence teach you that the loudest noise never could?
It teaches me to listen to myself. Like I said, I have an overactive brain and imagination. So sometimes I just need to play everything back.
Have you ever gone to holidays or a place to relax and you're still answering your work emails?
Yes, of course I do. Yeah. But not so much now. Like I said, I think, trying very much not to repeat my parents' words as you get older. I think you look for something different. You want the peace, you want the calmness. And going back to, I've got less to live than I have lived, so I'd like to live them in peace and calmness.
What does being a powerful woman means to you?
The trouble is I don't consider myself as a powerful woman. I'd like to think myself more as an influential woman. I want what I've achieved, what I've done. I want to transfer that to people. I want to have an effect on people in a positive way. And if I can be a conduit to them achieving something in their life, then that satisfies me.
What would you say to a woman who feels unseen and underestimated?
That she's a lot more powerful and a lot more influential than she thinks. I think if people actually learn to step out of themselves and look at themselves, they could see the potential. Just remember, sometimes people see more potential in you than you see yourself. You've just got to believe that you can do something better. And you try. And if it doesn't work, you try again, and you try again until you get it right. But for me, and I'm probably going to say irrelevant of whether it's a woman or a man, we all have potential. It's whether we want something more. And if you want it, you will have it.
Do you like coaching people, or you like more to jump on operations and get hands dirty on?
I like teaching people. Coaching, I like teaching people by showing them. Because what I don't want is people to think that just because I'm a senior manager, I'm not able to do the job. I would never ask anybody to do a job that I can't do. So I would always get my hands dirty.
What part of your youngest self would be proud of you today?
Oh, crikey. Probably the shy, the timid, maybe when I was about 10 or 12. I wish I could tell that younger part of me that I was going to achieve what I've achieved today.
If your team described you in 3 words, what do you think they would say about you?
I would like to think that they think I'm tough, that I'm approachable. The third one, I'm not sure. I'm challenging. Tough, challenging and approachable.
Going back to your professional career, title still matters nowadays?
They matter to people. They don't matter to me. For me, a title, the fact that I tell you a director is supposed to put fear in you because I'm a director, to me it just tells me I've reached a level. But no, title to me doesn't affect me. But I think, again, I think we're all different. Some people are ambitious. I'm not really, I don't consider myself as ambitious. I just want to do a good job.
Have you accomplished everything you wanted?
From a work point of view, yes. My life, no, not yet. I've still got a lot of things to do.
What has life taught you about happiness?
That it's inside. If you are not happy, you cannot make anybody happy.
What kind of legacy you'd like to leave?
I'd like to think that I've helped people that needed my help.
What about the legacy with your family?
Yeah, I think I've given them enough moments to talk about me for the rest of their lives. I think they'll have a lot of situations that, you know, they can tell my grandchildren when I'm no longer here. I think that's it.
Finish the sentence. A strong woman is?
A strong woman is someone that doesn't matter what challenges and what life throws at them, they have the ability to wipe themselves down, stand up and keep going forward.
Raffaella, thank you for sharing a bit of your life and your stories here with us in Purple Frequency. It was an honor having you here as our second guest of this podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure. And you're probably the first person that's actually made me cry on a live, so thank you.
Thank you. And before we finish, I would like to give you this gift to keep bringing you a lot of abundance in your life.
Oh, thank you so much. Am I okay to overuse?
Of course, of course.
Wow. Oh wow, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
To keep bringing you abundance.
Thank you so much.
To your journey.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
I hope this conversation brought your inspiration, peace, and a reminder that growth begins from within, because everything begins from within. And whatever you choose to feed becomes the frequency of your life. Thank you for watching Purple Frequency. More than a podcast is a higher frequency conversation. Until the next episode, stay purple.